Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you are all having a great day to start things off. Major altcoin Ethereum is about to see a trend reversal and rally strongly up to $1,900 per token by the end of 2019. This is according to the head of Fundstrat Research. His name is Tom Lee, and he said this to Bloomberg on the 27th of September. In a note to client of Fundstrat Global Advisors, Lee noted the overly negative sentiment on the Ethereum market, which he says will be a basis for its strong rebound in the near future. We've been talking about that for the past 3.5 weeks. I said I thought it was extremely odd that Ethereum was the golden child. Same exact thing with Bitcoin, but I don't think we're really going to be... Anyway, the point is, Bitcoin and Ethereum, for some reason, there's like a dark cloud over their head, which wasn't there before. Everyone was proclaiming how great these two platforms were, especially with Ethereum. Ethereum has been the crypto golden child for quite a long time, and then for some reason everyone has been talking negatively about it over the past 3 or 4 weeks. No one can really figure out why. Like I always say, you may have problems now in your platform. Things may not be going the same way that they were going before, but all these updates that we have been promised will eventually get there. But I don't know what the ulterior motive was or is for talking so negatively about Ethereum. In his prediction, Lee has referenced the historical performance of Ethereum, citing that the times when the altcoin underperformed peers by 2 standard deviations, the price trend saw a subsequent reverse. Lee concluded that Ethereum will reach $1,900 by the end of 2019, a price point that is at least 40% higher than Ethereum's all-time high of $1,300, recorded on the 13th of January 2018. The price of Ethereum is $230 at the time. That is crazy, meaning that the altcoin's price will surge by 726% by the end of the year, according to Lee. Here's the chart. In July, Lee reiterated his bull position in regards to major cryptocurrency Bitcoin, claiming that the cryptocurrency could trade between $22,000 and $25,000 by the end of this year. Most recently, the crypto analyst concluded that Bitcoin could end the year explosively higher, citing a correlation between Bitcoin and emerging markets. There was another guy, I can't remember his name. First of all, it's like Tom Lee and like 4 other people who are constantly on TV, and they're the ones giving like these crazy, amazing price predictions. One of them just reiterated once again that he's pretty sure that we're going to end the year around like 60,000, and then another one said that they think that Bitcoin's price is going to end the year, or rather end, or somewhere in the middle of 2020, around $250,000. Let's see if we actually get there. A lot of Ethereum's woes and troubles are going to pass eventually. I don't know if this is I guess it would be a typo. I don't really see Ethereum passing 1900 by the end of 2018. I guess 2019 makes a bit more sense. If we do end up getting the updates for Ethereum, I think 1900 will be passed by fairly easily. When Ethereum is able to scale to millions of transactions per second, that is, especially if it does it before Bitcoin can, I could definitely see Ethereum at least hitting like 4,000 per coin. I don't see that being an impossibility when the moment the internet is able to actually run on top of Ethereum, there's going to be so much more hype around it, and this is when you're going to start hearing like all this great news about what can be done and how the future is going to be very bright. Anyway, the point is, these are the predictions for some of the top coins that we have out there, but I definitely think Ethereum will eventually rally. I don't know if it's going to do it in 2018, but it will do it at some point, because there's so much money backing Ethereum. Like, you can't honestly begin to imagine how much money is actually pushed behind Ethereum so that it actually succeeds and becomes a major currency, or rather remains a major currency. Next up, Zeb Pay is one of India's top cryptocurrency exchanges, and many had expected it to weather the storm that is the currently standing RBI ban. That is the Royal Bank of India, if I'm not mistaken. This ban prevents banks from offering services to any of its customers engaged in crypto trading activities. In a Twitter announcement to halt trading services, ZebPay informed that it will do so at 4 p.m. today. I guess that was India's ahead of everyone else in time, but its wallet services were still functional. The exchange said, and I quote, "We are stopping our exchange at 4 p.m. today. We will cancel unexecuted orders and credit your coins to your ZebPay wallet. No new orders will be accepted. The ZebPay wallet will work even after the exchange stops," end quote. The exchange went on to explain that the RBI ban had extremely affected its operations. They said the curb on banking accounts has crippled our and our customers' ability to transact business meaningfully. At this point, we are unable to find a reasonable way to conduct the cryptocurrency exchange business. As a result, we are stopping our exchange activities. At 4 p.m. today, 28th of September, we will cancel all unexecuted crypto-to-crypto orders and credit your coins or tokens back to your ZebPay wallet. No new orders will be accepted until further notice, end quote. As mentioned earlier, the exchange wishes to let users know their ZebPay wallet, so blah, 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 in a bid to comply with the ban enforced by the Reserve Bank of India, ZebPay has halted all fiat activities on the 4th of July this year. At that point, coin and token transfers and withdrawals were still working, and there was crypto to rupee trading as well as crypto to crypto exchange services. This is absolutely terrible, and I wish there was a way around it. It's actually really sad what's happening in India and many other countries, but India specifically, because there was a lot of hope that people in the country were gearing up for or leaning further to investing in cryptocurrencies. One of the main things about cryptocurrencies, for those who do not know, have not been paying attention, is that crypto is fairly easy to get into. If you wanted to get into stocks or bonds and mutual funds or even hedge funds, it's extremely prohibitive in that you need large amounts of money. But if you wanted to get into cryptocurrency, and you can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, you can buy a fraction of any other coin. If you have, I don't know the rupee exchange rate, but let's say you had 10, 15 euros equivalent of it, you would still be able to invest in cryptocurrencies and potentially make large profits. So this is why India, because of its large population and the growth that we saw within the country, is being hampered down by the government, who has said and stated many times that they were going to give the people of India their regulations and laws and rules as to exactly how cryptocurrencies would be treated within the country. They have not done so. It's been over a year. They've said at least 4 or 5 times that they were going to give these laws, and they kept on pushing it back. They said that, I think the 11th of September of this year, what just passed, they said that was going to be the final date. They were definitely going to give us some type of rules. And on that date, they said, oh no, we're going to have to wait a bit more. They keep saying that this is the final date, and it's destroying cryptocurrency within the country. But I can only imagine that I assume this is being done on purpose, obviously. One of my theories is that they're waiting for other countries, specifically the United States, to hear what their rulings and laws are going to be, and then India will then start to react and give out their laws and rules. But also, I think it's just trying. We've had other countries who didn't expect crypto to become so large, and I think how large crypto became so fast within India when the Indian government, from what I know from documentaries and what I've read, has been trying to control the population monetarily, and as far as cutting off certain parts of their fiat currency and destroying other bills and stuff like that. They're trying to control finance within the country, but crypto stops them from doing that. So the moment they give validity to the cryptocurrency industry, they end up losing a lot more power than they want to lose. But at some point, they're not going to have a choice, and they're going to have to legalize it. But as of right now, it's completely destroying the industry in a major country that is actually heavily into cryptocurrencies. So let's hope at some point that this is actually fixed or solved, because it's not right. No one entity or person or whatever should have this much control over a billion people, and saying what they should or cannot do because you don't think it's correct, or you think that they're not intelligent enough to be able to deal in it, whatever the case might be. Next up, Kraken is in the news. The cryptocurrency exchange of Kraken has announced plans to list both Cardano and QTUM. I assume that's QTUM. Yeah, there we go. QTUM on the 28th of September. That is today. The announcement went on to announce the starting time for both trading and funding of the digital assets on the platform as follows. They said, "We are pleased to announce that Kraken will list 2 new digital assets, Cardano and QTUM. Trading and funding in the 2 assets will launch simultaneously. The approximate launch time is Friday, the 20th of September at this time, depending on where you are in the world. I'm not going to read out every single time frame. The 2 digital assets will be available for trading via the following pairs. They will be US dollars. Oh, that's excellent. Cardano will have US dollars, euro, Canadian dollar, XBT. I think that's how they list Bitcoin on their website, as XBT, not BTC. And Ethereum. QTUM will also have a USD. That is great. Euro, Canadian dollar, XBT, and Ethereum. That is just freaking wonderful news. Margin trading will not be available for both Cardano and QTUM at the time of listing. That's fine. However, the exchange also issued a note that the time for listing that has been provided is an estimate, and the listing of the two digital assets might be delayed. We actually haven't heard a lot from Kraken in quite some time. Kraken, Coinbase, and I want to say Poloniex, if I'm not mistaken, were like the top crypto exchanges in 2017. When the crypto market started to completely go insane, Kraken kind of got like the rough end of the stick, if that makes a lot of sense. Like Coinbase had a lot of like scaling issues, and they had the issue with Bitcoin. When they put Bitcoin Cash onto their website, and the Coinbase website crashed because of how many people had flown into their website. Kraken had a lot more issues. The pages wouldn't load. You couldn't transfer. You couldn't do a lot of things. And then they had a period where they said that they were actually going to update their website. They said it would take, I think, 12 or 18 hours or something like that. It ended up taking 3 days. People started panicking. But Kraken, as far as I remember, is a great website. They also, one of the other crazy things is that they were one of the first websites who also list a whole bunch of the coins that could be considered securities. You know what I'm talking about, with USD and Euro and Canadian dollar pairing. So I'm very happy that we have an exchange like this. I think that Kraken does not get enough attention. A lot of people maybe have forgotten about Kraken, don't know about Kraken, but the fact that if you look at their website, they have at least, I want to say, anywhere from 20 to 30 coins listed on their website. And people were asking before, like, what's a good website to be able to buy XRP or Cardano or QTUM or any other coins with US dollars or euros or Canadian dollars? It's Kraken. I'm sorry that I didn't get to that question in the comment section. I keep seeing it, and I just kind of I scroll by because there's just so much other stuff going on. Kraken is the website to use. They had a bit of a spat a couple days ago with, I think, some New York regulators or something like that, who were like, oh yeah, you guys aren't doing it. I forget, I don't remember the exact thing that it was. It was Kraken, like 3 other websites. New York regulators think that they're bigger than they actually are, and they're trying to like bully other exchanges into trying to follow things. The point is, before getting off track a little bit, Kraken has listed QTUM and Cardano for those who are looking to or have US dollars or euros or Canadian dollars, and you're trying to buy these coins. Kraken is now the place for you. Once again, putting other exchanges ahead of Coinbase as they continue to dilly-dally and take their time when it comes to listing new assets. Next up, a Swiss startup launched by several former UBS bankers has reached 100 million Swiss francs, or around 104 million US dollars, in a bid to establish a regulated cryptocurrency bank called SEBA Crypto AG, SEBA, and based in the crypto valley of Zug. The startup said on Thursday it had secured the funds from domestic and foreign institutional and private investors, of course, including Black River Asset Management and Summer Capital. With the investment, SEBA said it will develop and offer traditional banking services to firms in the crypto industry, and to also provide cryptocurrency trading, asset management, and custody service for institutions that are interested in moving to the nascent space. Before I even move on, what's interesting and great about this is, first of all, for those who have been living under a rock and have never opened up a newspaper, Switzerland is incredibly rich, and the people within Switzerland are taking cryptocurrency like by the horns. They're almost obsessed with it, so it's really great that they're opening up this as well. And the major thing here is that they're offering traditional banking services to firms in the crypto industry. Exactly what we were just talking about with India. There are so many companies who are having a very hard time trying to open up a bank account, and it's so ridiculous that these banks, they're shutting if a bank who doesn't like crypto sees that you are transacting in any way, like like when you get like your bank, not receipt, at the end of the month when you look at your bank statement and it says like you did this, if they see that you have ever touched a cryptocurrency exchange, or that you have received the money or sent money to one, they are closing people's accounts. They are freezing their accounts. So this isn't just like in one country. This is happening all around the world. So I don't know exactly the full extent of how far this will reach, but I'm hoping that other people around the world will be able to use them as well, because it's so ridiculous to try and stop people. You can't freeze other people's money. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not your money to be able to freeze, and also to not offer your services to other people because they're trading in cryptocurrencies is just absolutely insane. And on top of that, them actually having like a crypto trading desk is, I can only assume, I don't know exactly what crypto exchanges they have in Switzerland, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be absolutely massive, as they seem to have a lot of funding to be able to do so. SEBA is now applying for a banking and a securities dealer license from the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, or FINMA, before it can roll out the planned crypto banking services. According to a report from Reuters, the FINMA has confirmed that the licensing process is underway. If granted, SEBA said it will eventually open both online and physical banks for crypto and traditional financial services. We were just talking about physical banks, physical crypto banks, and I was talking about Coinbase potentially coming one. I assume this is going to happen a lot quicker than we all think. It will be interesting to see if in 10 years, if the banks that we have right now have not only changed because of crypto infrastructure, but also like if I imagine a world, as I've watched too many movies, where you can kind of go into a place, type in your thing or whatever, tap your phone onto it and have that like loaded to your, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how this ends up working out. There was also news that I don't have in this video as well, because it didn't warrant me really talking about it. I think in Japan right now, there's like a huge explosion of I think like crypto to fiat, or rather fiat to crypto ATMs, and I think they have like XRP ATMs or something like that now. And there's some other country who announced that they're going to have like 600 crypto ATMs like spread across their country. It's all happening very, very fast, and I hope that this only continues, because there are a lot of countries who have banned Bitcoin and crypto ATMs because of money laundering, blah, 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 blah. When we do eventually get to a point where these are as common as normal ATMs all over the place, that's going to be absolutely fantastic, because I will probably be using them every single day, every single chance that I can possibly get. But think of how many more people, like it doesn't have to, the thing that'll propel crypto forward is not like huge batches of money, but it's going to be 100 million people each putting in $5 or €5 into the market. This is how you kind of accelerate things. So when people have the chance to be able to use things like this, it's only going to push the crypto space forward. Anyway, this is major news simply because, like I said, Switzerland, and also actually getting the funding to be able to build a crypto bank is just going to be absolutely fantastic. No date as to when this is going to officially launch, obviously, but I am hoping or assuming that this is going to be sometime in early 2019, or let's say quarter to 2019. That is like just before the summer ends up happening. Last up for today. In an interview with CNBC, Carla Carivo, Circle's senior regulatory counsel, spoke to CNBC about the roundtable discussion that regulators and heads of blockchain companies were involved in Washington, D.C. The former senior counsel at the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, spoke about the roundtable as a way to establish the legislative pointers about the field of blockchain, technology, and cryptocurrencies. Carivo went on to say that the legislation is the right way to move the industry, especially in the United States. She stated that the propagation of the mainstream adoption of cryptocurrency is the main reason why the Blockchain Association was created. The Blockchain Association aims to become a lobby set up striving to make cryptocurrencies, case in Washington. The major cryptocurrency bigwigs, such as Coinbase, has also teamed up with Circle to be involved in a major page in fintech history, with both the cryptocurrency exchange pledging resources to push cryptocurrencies toward mainstream adoption. Mike Lempres, Coinbase's chief policy officer, had stated earlier, the Blockchain Association is an effort to get the preeminent companies in this space together so policymakers know they're hearing from companies that welcome regulation when it's appropriate. We're not companies looking to game the system, but trying to develop a legal and regulatory system that'll stand the test of time, end quote. The Circle official said that the United States Congress has to step in for the country's industry to move forward. She stated that one of the main problems plaguing the industry is the lack of clarity between cryptocurrencies and security tokens. The title of the discussion paper put forward in the discussion is Legislating Certainty in the Cryptocurrency Space. In Circle's point of view, the main trouble is figuring out what is a security and what is not. Without reading any further, this happened a couple of days ago, this meeting that we had in Washington, D.C. I'm not in Washington, D.C., but we keep having these meetings. I assume that they're only moving forward. The fact that we had Coinbase and Circle there is great. But the problem now is, and I told you guys this months ago, the United States has taken so long to give any time, like even the news that we had about Ethereum not being a security, someone in the SEC also came forward and was like, oh yeah, we're going to take that back because anything that someone says in an interview isn't legally binding and is not on a piece of paper. It's not actually written into law. This was their idea or how they feel about the cryptocurrency industry, and it's not how the SEC as a whole feels about it. And that's why Ethereum's price dropped one day. The fact that other countries, we've had at least like 8 other countries the last week who have given us news and information, not including India, but other countries who have come forward and said, what's a security, what's a commodity? Other ones have stated that certain things, or rather cryptocurrencies in general, are just commodities within their country. And the rest of the world is slowly moving forward. And for some reason, if you take too long to actually give the information that people are looking for, like if you take forever to be able to give the law that other countries are already giving, and we already have other things in other countries where crypto is already thriving, I think that they can hold out for as long as they want, and that other people will still desperately dive into their space trying to establish places within the United States, and so that they can build their crypto empire, whatever, what have you. But the fact is that over the last 2 years, so many other countries have been more forward and have already told us exactly what cryptocurrencies are within their country and how they're going to be taxed. The U.S. still hasn't done it. As of now, we at least have multiple other countries that if you that have like 0% tax rates or like up to like 2% tax rates, multiple of them. If you're holding cryptocurrencies or if you're dealing in cryptocurrencies, there was one in Southeast Asia that also said that for the next 5 years, if you are dealing in crypto, you have no taxes at all. They're taking their time. Eventually, time will run out because when the crypto market does eventually pick back up, if they haven't gotten it together, I think money's just going to start flowing into other countries. I think that they're going to try and be desperate at that point and try and give out regulation. Prices will definitely go up, but people will have realized over the last 2 years that there are already other established places where they can build their stuff and not be hampered, or rather have their innovation or their tech be shot down or put into a sandbox, as it's called, so that a government can constantly look over their shoulders. Yeah. So for the moment, the market seems to be doing okay. Bitcoin shot over $6,700 a couple of hours ago. I was reading around. I don't have the things here. Obviously, people were talking about that this was apparently another resistance level. It's a good indication that Bitcoin passed by 6,700. Hopefully, we can hit 7,000. I think we hit 7,000 or 8,000 before, like a month and a half or 2 months ago, and then we shot back down. Everyone's just waiting for the magical 10,000. The moment we pass by 10,000, this is supposed to be like the greatest indicator that everything is back to where it was before, and then we can start moving forward. I still don't think, myself, that we're going to move much. I think we're going to continue seeing these 5% or like the crazy hikes that XRP had. Bitcoin Cash also had a crazy hike and then slowly going back down. I think we're going to continue seeing this probably until, just how I feel about it, until XRapid launches, and then XRP is going to drag the rest of the market up. Or if that ends up taking longer than expected, when the New York Stock Exchange launches their thing in November, I think that is going to be the moment. So it's a shame that we've had to wait for this long. But in all honesty, I have not minded. I don't mind the lower prices. To be honest, I've just been accumulating. I was telling someone before, I was like, Cardano was like, I think $1.40. And a couple days ago it was 6 cents. I was like, when it hits back where it was before, like its former all-time high, that's going to be a huge profit that is there to be made. And so many other coins right now are just like, they're basically pennies. Like some of the prices are just so low compared to where we were before. So whenever we do have that nice little, even when we just get to where we were before in prices, it'll still be a great day. But yeah, hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening. And thank you once again for watching and or listening. I do appreciate all your support. Thank you very much once again. And I will talk to you all soon. See you.